Hello, Geneva. Welcome back to the Sports Shield podcast. Today is Friday, February 11th, and it's Super Bowl weekend, so let's dive right in.
This weekend, or just yesterday, was the NFL honors. Um, most of the favorites won yesterday. Uh, Rodgers took home MVP. Joe Burrow took home Comeback Player of the Year. Jamar Chase and Micah Parsons both took home Rookie of the Year for their respective side of the ball. T.J. Watt took home Defensive Player of the Year, and Cooper Kupp took home Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I really don't think there were any big surprises here. The only one that was really up for debate would have been Joe Burrow winning Comeback Player of the Year. It could have been him or Dak. It was kind of up in the air on both of those, but I think it was because Joe Burrow pushed his team to the Super Bowl that kind of swayed the votes, even though it's a regular season kind of voting.
Yeah, I agree. Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor could have also been a controversial one, but Cooper Kupp led the league in touchdowns, or receiving touchdowns, receiving yards, and catches. So I think he was definitely deserving of this award.
Yeah, I mean, a triple crown is something that isn't come by very often, and if it is, I think that's unless you have a outstanding season from an offensive player, it's pretty much a lock for the Offensive Player of the Year award.
Also, last night was the Hall of Fame candidates. Most notably, no Hester and no Patrick Willis. What do you have to say about
So
that?
Patrick Willis had a shortened career. He retired right before his 30th birthday, and he just had an insane career. Even though it was short, I believe it was six All Pro election, and that's just insane as a linebacker. So I think he had a really, really good career, and even though it was short, I still think he should have made it.
Yeah, I never got the chance to watch either of these players, but I know that the impact that they left was very, very big. Patrick Willis was one of the best linebackers in the league when he was in his prime, and Devin Hester, on any return, could take it home to the house. So hopefully we see him next year in the candidates.
Yeah, I mean, Hester literally revolutionized the game. At first, it was all about some guy taking a kick and just trying to get it forward 3 or 4 yards. And Hester really thought about the idea I can get it to the end zone every single time they kick it to me, and I could do it. He had an insane rookie season. The only issue was it was just the wear and tear on his body. They started trying to use him as a gadget player on offense that never really worked out for him. And teams just literally started kicking away from him because he was too much of a threat. And I just think sadly, he didn't live up to the true expectations he could have, where he could have truly been that first ballot Hall of Famer.
Next, we'll talk about our Super Bowl picks for this weekend. What a Super Bowl matchup. I don't think anyone saw this matchup coming. Rams, the 4 seed, versus Bengals, the 4 seed. Who do you got winning this one, Quinn?
I got the Bengals again. You've seen me on every single one of these shows saying the Bengals, and I think we got the Bengals following through, carrying their momentum, and I think this team is going to win it in the Rams' home stadium.
Yeah, this is a tough matchup for the Bengals. Every position of the ball, the Bengals are losing, except for at quarterback, in my opinion. The offensive line for the Bengals is going to have trouble blocking that front four from the Rams. But at the end of the day, I think it comes down to who has the better quarterback, and that's the Bengals. Especially this postseason, Joe Burrow has proven that he can carry his team to wins, even when he's getting sacked several times a game.
It's going to be an amazing game. I think we're going to see it's going to be back and forth, trading blows. I think we're going to carry on with what the theme of this playoff has been last second plays. And that's why I'm locking in the Bengals because they've won all their games off instant last second plays.
Yes, Evan McPherson's going to get another last-second field goal to win on the game, and he'll have the greatest postseason of all time for a kicker.
Yeah, we're going to get to see him. I believe it was him who said he's going to do the gritty if if they win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty crazy. So
And now moving on to the NBA trade deadline. The biggest trade that happened was Harden and Paul Millsap for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and a pair of first-round picks. What do you think about this?
I think this trade was crazy because Harden had kind of showed it in his play, but had never made an official statement about wanting to be traded, simply because he was afraid of backlash from fans, which I find hilarious. You are a player getting paid next season almost $50 million, and you're afraid of some 12-year-old online saying you're a quitter, you quit on your team, of which I do believe he is. I mean, this Nets team was a super team. You had Kyrie, KD, and him, a big three, plus a decent bench That team should have gone everywhere. They should have been the next dynasty. But he just couldn't get it done. And Harden, after the Nets are currently on a 9-game losing, or we're on a 9-game losing streak, he just decided to bail out, which I don't think is a good move from a player who's supposed to be like Harden.
Yeah, I don't think it really was Harden. When all three of the big three played, they were 13-3. The thing is, they only played 16 games together. Kevin Durant only played 35 games last year, and then James Harden got his hamstring injury, and then in the playoffs, Kyrie Irving got injured too. So I, I don't think it was necessarily a fit problem. I think Harden is just frustrated that right now KD is out with a injury, and Kyrie is in and out of the lineup because he won't get vaccinated. So I think this is a good move for the Nets because they get a player in Simmons who is all-star caliber, has proven in the last few seasons, even though people like to bash on him. Seth Curry, who's a great shooter, a great compliment, and he will definitely improve this team's shooting. And Andre Drummond, who's a paint presence who can grab rebounds for them that they didn't previously have in LaMarcus Aldridge.
And then to top it all off, they get 2 first-round picks, which I just think Harden, who wanted to be out, it was shown in his play for 2 players or for 3 players and 2 future firsts. I think is going to help this Nets team out a lot. Even though I think it was a fairly balanced trade, I still got the Nets winning this trade.
Yeah, I do too.
So that's all the news we have for you today on the Sports Shield podcast. Make sure to enjoy your Super Bowl weekend and tune in next week for the next one.